Awakening in the valley, the world returned to Liang not with sound or sight, but with pain. It burned through his chest like a brand, spreading outward in jagged lines that made every breath a punishment. His eyelids fluttered open to a sky the color of molten copper. Clouds swirled overhead, but not in the lazy drifts he knew. These coiled and bent like snakes, pulsing faintly with light that shivered across the heavens. The air itself felt thick, as if it carried weight that pressed against his ribs. For a long moment, he lay on cold stone, staring upward while his mind fought through haze and confusion. He tried to recall where he was, when he had fallen, what battle had left him broken. The thoughts slipped like water through his hands. Only fragments remained, shards of sound and fire, the roar of the wall, the scream of beasts, and his own voice shouting above them. Where am I? The question echoed without answer. He shifted, and agony lanced through his ribs, a sharp reminder that the body still held him captive. A groan tore free despite his will. When his vision steadied, he saw that he lay in a valley. Jagged cliffs rose around him like broken teeth gnashing against the strange copper sky. Mist clung to the ground in pale veils, curling along stone and pooling in hollows as though it sought to smother everything beneath it. The mist whispered faintly when it touched his skin, as if alive. Liang touched his chest and froze. There, just below the sternum, light pulsed against his flesh. It glowed in a spiral, faint yet undeniable, like the eye of an ancient storm burned into his skin. It turned slowly, endlessly, a coil without beginning or end. His breath quickened. He pressed harder, half expecting the mark to vanish like a fever dream. It did not. The spiral throbbed with a rhythm deeper than his heartbeat, a pulse that felt older than his body. And when he focused on it, when he let his awareness brush the spiral for just an instant, he saw them. Threads of silver light stretched outward from his chest in every direction. They vanished into the mist, infinite, uncountable. Each one quivered faintly, vibrating like the string of a zither. And beyond each thread flickered visions. He saw himself standing, fighting, bleeding. He saw himself falling, pierced by claws or crushed beneath stone. He saw himself running, hiding, gasping in fear. He saw himself triumphing, striking down enemies whose faces he did not know. Countless Liangs, countless possibilities, bleeding into one another until he nearly gagged from the flood of images. He tore his gaze away with a gasp. The threads vanished. The spiral dimmed, though the pulse never left. What is happening to me? His voice cracked, swallowed by mist. A flutter of wings broke the stillness. A sparrow alighted on a stone not far away. Its feathers were streaked with silver, its black eyes gleaming with knowing that no bird should carry. It tilted its head once, sharp and deliberate, as though it judged him. Liang stared. A bird. The sparrow chirped once. Its wings shivered, scattering sparks of starlight into the mist. Then without warning, a voice whispered in his mind. Not loud. Not soft. Inevitable. Every step devours the last. Every choice devours the rest. Liang's blood turned to ice. He scrambled back, palms scraping stone, heart hammering against his broken ribs. What are you? His voice cracked between command and plea. The sparrow only spread its wings and rose. It vanished into the spiraling clouds above, silver feathers melting into copper light. The valley did not remain silent. A low rumble echoed from beyond the mist. It was heavy and deliberate, as if the world itself exhaled through clenched teeth. The ground trembled beneath Liang's palms. Stones shifted, sliding in tiny avalanches. He staggered upright, leaning on the cliff wall for support, vision swimming. The rumble grew louder. His body begged him to lie back down, to surrender. Instinct screamed to flee. Shadows shifted in the mist. Large. Slow. Wrong. Liang's breaths quickened, ragged from pain. He stumbled along the cliff edge, searching for a path. His legs obeyed only out of stubbornness. The mist thickened until the world narrowed to a few spans of stone. The copper sky dimmed, the swirling clouds pressing lower as though they too wanted him caged. The rumble became a growl. The beast emerged. It was massive, bestial, yet wrong. Its body shifted like smoke given form, solid one moment and blurred the next. Crimson eyes burned in the fog, twin coals set in shadow. Claws like curved blades scraped stone, leaving furrows behind. The air stank of ash and rot. Liang's breath caught. The spiral in his chest blazed. Threads flared outward again, dozens of them weaving into his vision. In one thread, the beast's claw tore his throat. In another, his foot slipped, sending him tumbling into its maw. In still another, he darted left, climbing through a fissure, escaping with his life. The spiral screamed in his mind. Choose. Liang lunged for the fissure. His hands clawed at the rock, skin tearing raw. Agony seared his ribs, but he hauled himself upward. The beast roared behind him, the sound shattering mist. Claws slammed into the cliff where he had stood, stone exploding in shards. Liang dragged himself higher, chest blazing with fire. The spiral pulsed violently, each beat flaring new visions before his eyes. He saw which stones would hold, which would crumble, which would betray him. He chose without thought, guided by threads. Upward, higher, hand over hand, until he rolled onto a ledge above. His body collapsed, trembling. Below, the beast bellowed in fury, its smoke-choked form slamming against the cliff before retreating into mist. Liang lay gasping, chest heaving, body broken but alive. The spiral dimmed again, its demand easing. Above, the sky shifted. Copper faded. Pale light spilled across clouds that stretched into ordinary shapes, streaks of white drifting across a dawn sky. The spirals unraveled into nothing. For the first time, Liang understood that this valley was not meant to be real. It was a vision, a test, something between dream and truth. But the spiral remained burned into his chest, pulsing faintly. That much was real. He forced himself upright. Every breath stabbed like a knife, but he managed to stand beyond the valley, faint against the haze of dawn. Rooftops rose against the mountainside. Curved tiles, rising banners, faint figures moving between courtyards. A sect. Liang's heart thudded. Civilization. People. Answers. He staggered toward the slope that led downward. Then he froze. The sparrow reappeared, perched on the ledge beside him. Its silver-streaked feathers gleamed softly in the morning light. Liang's throat tightened. Why are you following me? The sparrow tilted its head. Its black eyes gleamed, and again the whisper came, faint yet inescapable. Every choice devours the rest. It spread its wings and vanished into the dawn sky. Liang's hand clenched into a fist. His breath shuddered in his chest. He did not understand. But he would. He looked at the distant sect, its banners shifting in the breeze. He looked at the spiral etched into his skin, pulsing faintly with its alien rhythm. He remembered the threads that showed him 1,000 deaths and 1,000 survivals, each choice devouring the others until only one remained. He could not turn away from it. Whatever this spiral was, whatever curse or gift the sparrow had tied to him, he would not let it consume him. Step by step, battered and broken, he descended from the valley, toward the distant sect. Toward answers. Toward a truth that would not wait forever.